right. Let's get this show on the road. Let's make sure everything's working fine like usual, and then I'll get started. Gotta check my audio. Right. Audio check, 1, 2. Let's get this show on the road. Perfect. All right, then I need to send a link. All right. Just posting the stuff up in a few places, and then I'll get started on some Retopology. Got a lot of work to do on this guy. Not sure if it auto posts. Auto post? It does. Okay. So now my LinkedIn auto posts into my Twitter. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, now I'll post it on the LinkedIn page. Let's see if that worked. It did. Okay, cool. All right. GDC news. Places in a few places. Alright, I'm gonna post a few places, then I'm gonna get started on stuff. Showcase. All right. So I was working on the boot last time, and just getting it in the quad draw. Let's see. Okay, yeah, the boot is not live. There we go. Quad draw. So yeah, we have quite a lot to do with this character as far as retopology goes, so it's going to be a haul. Let's see. All right, cool. So yeah, basically I'm using the quad draw function, and I'm going to start adding in the rest of this stuff. So if you're interested in making game art assets, proper resolution for games, this might be the video for you. Something that's not necessarily the funnest thing to watch, but it's very necessary for game assets. So I think it's I don't know, pretty important for us artists. Making sure you're doing it right and all that stuff. So it's nice. Actually, before I was using a different software, but I figured more people have Maya, so I think that might be better to show for at least streaming. So the main reason why I'm trying to add quads here instead of triangles is because this is a big area of deformation, right? If you add a joint or a bone, it's going to be in this zone. It's going to like be able to roll the foot properly. So I found that pretty important to kind of like make sure this quads and it doesn't crunch like a triangle might, right? So I think that's I don't know. I guess good to think about. Let's see. It's very important to kind of like know which areas will deform and which won't, because ultimately I do like to save data and everything, but you have to have clean edge loops to go around areas of deformation. Okay, cool. Is there a stream thing? Okay. All right, anyway. I'm gonna move on. So yeah, all right. So I want to make sure that so it has a similar amount of edge loops here, for instance. So this will deform together. But I guess I'm not too worried about it, simply because he won't be walking around like a normal a typical game would do, right? Like he'll be basically sitting most of the time. So there might be just a few animations where he'll be standing up. So yeah, shoes are just pretty complex. I think it might be just easier for me to not worry about this this grip area and only affect this this main zone. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is like right here, I can add this lip. So I think this is just too much geometry that's just wasted. That I can just go through the normal map width for. So I'm gonna go ahead and just delete this geometry. Here. Here. So before I was kind of try to just have a little bit of this edge work going, but I think I'm just gonna have this in the normal map. So let's just go over this like a normal shoe, basically. Also, when placing these vertices, this is a really easy way to do it. Along the trim here, just like drawing on the vertice and then pulling it down, and it automatically snaps in the exact edge, which is nice. The edge snap function that they have on Maya like this is pretty handy. Then yeah, if you want to move a vertex like that, and then sometimes it can be finicky. So now that I'm actually not going to go in this grid here, I'm actually going to delete some of these edge loops. I don't need them. So I'll keep this range here. So I'm just going to skip over these gaps, basically. Like that. I'm not even worried about it at all. Thank you, Endless. Appreciate it. This is some pirate boots for this character Hookbeard I've been making. If you're not aware of the game, this is for Chaos Kart. So it is basically a Mario Kart / Overwatch mix. That's what I'm going for. I guess League Overwatch, kind of in between. Yeah. Are you seeing this from YouTube, or did you find me on Discord or something like that? How'd you find the stream? Yeah, I am. Hey, Travis. So yeah, this is for a game project. If you haven't seen my project yet, I can actually go in Unreal right now and show you. Let me pull it up. So yeah, I've basically been making a game for a while with a few other developers, and yeah, let me bring this up. My build just got heavier. We added a bunch of WISE files, or like audio files, and like it was like 7 gigs added today of just like a bunch of back-end audio stuff. All right, here we go. So here is current state that we're adding stuff at. So go ahead and play an editor. So yeah. Here's the game. Well, here's one of the characters, I guess, in the game. So we have basically drifting, boosting, hopping, driving around, racing and stuff. And then we also have the attacks that you probably saw me do. So like the left and right attacks. And then you have like a special attacks like spin, his little spin attack damage thing. And then we have a new attack we just added, which is pretty fun. His special attack, which is his R. So it's like a long or explosion kind of thing where it's like it's able to shoot in a direction. So unlike Mario Kart where you can only shoot in front of you, this will actually allow you to kind of like pick and choose the direction, kind of like a tank would be. So like if I look right, I can actually attack right. Look left, I'll attack left. And if I press my R, it'll only do one. See one pillar explosion thing, like if the pillar's coming up from the ground. And if I hold my R, then it'll actually do like the lineup that you may have saw a minute ago. So up like it's like 1 to like 5, but Anyway, yeah, this is basically it. It's a cart brawler game. Oh, cool. Yeah, which Discord? Yeah, which Discord are you from? I had a couple different Discords that I pushed it at.
I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion.
Turn it down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I have this on. I think I have, and I'm a part of like maybe I don't know, like 20 game dev tutorial type or game dev like Discords ish. But yeah, I basically try to post this and I don't know, just try to show some game art pipeline stuff or like get visibility on the game as well. I'm really trying to get some testers for the game. Finally got multiplayer functionality going, so get excited about that. I think I'm gonna delete every other edge loop here. So yeah, this character's gonna be our game dev. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Game dev Discord. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, glad to have you. I've been streaming a lot more lately. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun streaming and yeah. So I do art and design for the project. Yeah, been kind of like leading the creative side of stuff, and I contract out a lot of work. So I contract out like programming and sound and that kind of stuff for specialists. So like I realized a long time ago that I just probably shouldn't do it all myself. I'm not that good at everything. Much higher skill cap. Yeah, that's the idea. Is that's kind of what I'm going for. I really want to have more skill expression and skill cap for the game than most. Like Mario Kart, I shoot a shell, and even though the shell can bounce, like I can't actually aim at everything. And I know that's probably part of the they have a very simple design and it works totally right, but yeah, I like a lot more hardcore games and stuff like that. So I just love Mario Kart and I love like hardcore games. So it's kind of I guess a mixture of those two. So yeah, this one goes. I guess I could adapt that over here, actually. This will be our first tank character, actually. If you are familiar with League of Legends, or I know like almost everyone knows about League of Legends, but do you play League at all? Or I guess in Overwatch, probably Roadhog would be the most similar character to this guy. Very like tanky feel, all that. This is like the most boring part of it, honestly. Like Retopology is a trick. I got rid of Okay, sweet. Yeah. So basically, this is the closest thing to this character is Nautilus, for sure. This is basically Nautilus on wheels. Like, even, I mean, I'm probably pulling a little bit too much reference from League, but it's a different concept at least, I guess. So maybe. He actually does have his like anchor weapon similar to Nautilus. And the reason why I could justify him using an anchor just like Nautilus does, and being a hook champion, is just because he is like a pirate character and like, yeah, he's basically a pirate character on a like ethereal floating boat cart. Like, so like, he doesn't even have wheels. It'll be like a floater cart. So in this game, you also have floaters. So you have like the whole like lighter or heavier weight classes like you do in Mario Kart, but you also have flyer or floater characters, hover characters. So in game, we already have another character called Revenera, who is like a witch on a broom. So you basically drive around kind of like you might with might think like Harry Potter would with playing, you know. And so the cool thing about those characters, so they take basically, they'll fly out more, so they'll take more like crowd control effect, but they won't take like rough ground terrain effects, such as like ground characters that on wheels. So they might fly further, but then they're not going to be slowed by grass, for instance. So it's kind of like a give and take. Let's see. Yeah, I have one character I have made start to finish, so I'm familiar with this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Retopology is a pain in the butt for sure. But I mean, like, it's fine. I do like the control that I have with Retopology, and I know the importance of good Retopology for like animators and stuff like that. So I think like it's fine that it takes a while, but it also is, I feel like, obviously frustrating for people. And rightly so. So I could continue this loop, but I think I might close it. I don't want as much topology coming up that's going into this spot. So let's see. Okay, that'll be a closed loop right here. That's good to know. Here. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this loop here. And perfect, that worked out just like I wanted it to. That one at that one for sure. Nice. And so to check here, I'm just holding control, and that's kind of what I'm seeing. So that needs to be moved here, looks like. And there needs to be an extra edge loop here. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, all this little gap space, even though there's tread here, I'm just gonna allow it to be normal map stuff. Like, I'm just not, I don't want to crank that much topology into the tread. I feel like that's gonna be a waste, especially when you're not gonna see the feet too much. Alright, and I closed off this right here because this toe is not going to animate. Like, all this stuff we want to animate, so I want to have like at least 3 closed loops here. But past that, I'm not worried about having triangles, just because that's not going to animate. It's all going to animate as a single thing. So if you know, like anything like this, for instance, is not going to animate unless I have some squash and stretch on the weapon. So having clean and closed loops is where I want to be, but I could have triangles on it, is what I'm trying to say. Armor and things that don't flex, that kind of stuff. Have you found any good methods of marketing your game so far? Also have You have a Steam store page up already for this. Yes, actually. So if you go on Steam, look up Chaos Cart. That's us. So so yeah, we're Chaos Cart here. And actually, streaming is part of my marketing strategy. Even though it might be kind of silly, because I think that especially indie games, like you probably should be marketing to just for probably streamers, like game streamers and everything, more so than developers. But I feel like the strategy that I'm going for is more centered around like the development process. So I'm not here only for making games. I want to like share how to make games, not just the game itself, the final product. There we go. That worked fine. Like I was teaching for a couple of years, and I've taught for probably like 2.5 years game art stuff, and I'll be teaching again here in May at a local college. And yeah, I just love the process, I guess. So, but yeah, as far as the game goes, yes, it's on Steam. At least the page is on Steam. We don't have the build just yet. However, we should actually have a build coming up soon. We have we've been pushing stuff on Google Drive to people that want to test the game. So I might be able to give you like the recent build if you're if anyone is interested in the build, then I can might be able to help with that. Probably don't want to put like a link on this public forum, but we figure it out. Oh yeah, if you want to test the build, if you're ever interested in that, then we'll have it on Steam soon, or you can contact me on my my email address. I have like on my about page for YouTube. I have like an email page for like business inquiries and stuff like that. Go ahead and contact me on that if you want the Google Drive link for my build. Appreciate that. Yeah, I love this stuff. And I don't feel like people should go and 6 figures in debt like I had to do to learn how to do this stuff. So, anywhere I can help, I'd love to. I want to help this be more accessible knowledge for people. Actually, might be able to pull out revenue. I'm not sure. Let's see. I might be able to pull out revenue if it works now. Let's test it real quick. So right now it auto plays him, but I think, is it P? Maybe? Oh, I think P's broken. No. Yep, P's broken. So it was P, and it would like auto go to yeah, it had a crash. It didn't know what to do. So but yeah. So let me pull the build back up again. I think it just hard crashed on me. So yeah, P used to be where it would change between the two characters, but that didn't work. I think we've changed a few things in code, and so yeah, that's just not functioning anymore. I'd like to show you that other character though. Okay, build back up. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can pull up revenue. So like my world settings, it used to be game mode, but I think it might be player controller too. Let me see. So my player controller, I have Multiple details. Okay, I think it's just world settings, the game type. Selected game mode. Okay, BP Mallet Boy. So let me see if I can find Revenera real quick. BP Revenera. All right. Fingers crossed that it works this time. Nope. All right. Dang it. Hold on. Just want to show you a flying character. Race game states, sandbox. Doesn't change. Yeah, I figured it would be Revenera, but maybe I'm wrong. Pile. It might break again. Let's see. Yeah, I think it might break. Eek. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I have some past videos of Revenera, and so maybe I can yeah, you could see those, but or you know what? I have a better idea. I'm just gonna pull out an old build, and I could show you that. That might be easier. Went to college in Kansas. Okay. Kansas for game art and design. Never worked in the industry, but I have my own Unreal project on Steam now. How many characters do you plan on having at release? So that's awesome. Yeah. So I would like to have upon release like at least 10 characters. That's the hope anyway. So I'm actually trying to get a publisher actively for this game. Or if not a publisher, then maybe crowdfunding at some point here soon. But I think before I show off and try to, or show off the game and try to get funding for it, I feel like I need to have it at a better state. Like I need to have some tracks and at least for the MVP for or the vertical slice, I think I need to have at least like probably at least 4 characters so I can show off a 2v2, because this will be like a team v team racing game, which is unique within its own genre. So basically, like if you think about it in a league setting, if you're clustered around your own like teammates and everything, and you can get like a AoE heal kind of deal, then that would be kind of what I'm talking about, I guess, or maybe some kind of AoE speed boost, something like that. Like the spin attack that Mallet Boy does, if you are getting hit, or if you're getting attacked with like a projectile, for instance, or something that moves like a projectile, then if you rush over to Mallet Boy and he does a spin attack, and you are within a spin attack as just his ally, then he actually can nullify a projectile for you, like if you're within that zone. Okay, yeah, a little bit of extra edge loop stuff going on. So yeah, I actually want to have some proper team fight mechanics similar to like a MOBA within the game. Really trying to do like a very hybrid genre. What kind of game are you working on, Travis? Do you mind putting up the Steam page on? You feel free to advertise on the chat. I do not mind. Go ahead and throw the link up if you want to. always down to help support other indies and stuff. I hate when it does that, like flips it. There we go. It's a pain in the butt when it does that. Actually, not sure why this is doing it on this one. It only happens when there's like a gap like it is currently, but I feel like there's ways to stop it from happening. Actually, there's a student that actually this might be helpful for. What was his name? 3D character production. Retopo. Unlinking duck, and then Yuan. Yuan Zhang. Okay, cool. So maybe I can help those two people. There's some people on the Discord that are asking literally about Retopology today, so let me go ahead and let them know that I'm doing Retopology right now. So I just forgot. It's like I saw that earlier, and I forgot they were about that. I went ahead and added them. Oh, thank you, Travis. Appreciate that. Yeah, I hope it'll be fun. Like, I actually do. I usually have a new build like every week, and I have people play test it on Sundays usually. But we were having some trouble with our build today earlier, so we didn't have a new one this week. Here, I'll get a. Actually, yeah, I was gonna get a build out. So you might see Revenera. Let's see here. Here we go. Actually, I think it's gonna be on the wrong screen. Let me adjust my screen so it's you're able to see this. Let's see. This should work. Okay, so here I'm gonna switch my screen on OBS. Where's OBS at? There it is. There we go, screen 2, cool. All right, so I'm gonna host the game and just gonna call this test. Right now, if I just have one person, then I can play by myself, everything. But try a forest. So I'm gonna show Revenera off. And I think this is the build that had the ability to play on a controller, if I remember right. Oh wait, yeah, this is the build that also the forest map was broken. We'll do test 2. Accept. Alright, Revenera. Okay, that's in the default room. Accept Revenera. So yeah, here's the witch character, and right now it's definitely not ready to go, but at least you can kind of see what the hover character might look like. Yeah, having some trouble with regaining my ball here. The magic ball is struggling. But yeah, so I can still be looking forward, and I'm able to shoot the direction, and her ball returns like Ari. Right now it's struggling to return because it's physics based at the moment, but yeah, we'll make it. It's not. And so the top left, I have my like skill icons. And so right now, if I change there's like a white and gray, and so I have like my evil spells and my like good spells or whatever. And so if I press E, I can turn it off and on. And so this is my evil spell, like a basic, and then here's my variant. This is my positive spell basic. And so they'll do different things. And then here is my special attack, evil special attack. So right now it has kind of like a smoky effect and everything, and that'll explode on impact, and it basically acts like a red shell, similar to Mario Kart, where it'll like follow your enemy. And then I have my my positive special attack, which looks really cool. And so that one actually attracts to your allies, and so your allies are able to get a shield, and yeah, it's kind of like a cool little like save the day shield thing. So basically, yeah, this attracts your allies, and this attracts to, well, the other R whenever it loads up again for cooldown. That one goes to your enemies. And so yeah, it'll actually follow the ground, so you can cast it up even, and it'll like follow the ground for a while, and then it like dies after about I think 6 seconds or so. So there is a good example. Yeah, and then it died right there. But yeah, so that's kind of my first floater character kind of thing. So so yeah, basically this character Hookbeard will be the first tank floater character. Alright, so let's see. Almost got this full thing retopologized now. So I feel like there's way too much density back here. So I want to reduce some of these into tries. So this is not going to flex. This is not going to animate, right? So I'm not too worried about having triangles here. So I'm going to go ahead and collapse this into a try and collapse this into, there we go. So just like one less edge loop. There's just too much happening there. And I'll do the same on this side. Like there's no need for that, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this edge loop off here. Actually, before I move on, I need to get rid of this. Or at least hide it for now. Hide the different zones. This needs to be hidden probably too. All right, so now there's kind of a little bit more of a an interesting variation here. So we have this bootstrap happening here, and there's ways to kind of deal or work around the bootstrap kind of stuff. So I'll go ahead and build up. If I build across, then it kind of cuts in too harshly. So I'm gonna build up like that. It's gonna go up here. If I wanted to be in the silhouette, then what I would do is I'd build it like this, so I wouldn't like kind of like have it so like I guess expressed out and everything. So I think, yeah, I think here it'd be fine, and then I would build like up here, for instance, like that. So you're kind of just like morphing or adapting to the angles of this stuff. Go ahead and close that off. No need to have this much topology. So I might like add extra edge loop right here next to the this like true edge zone. There we go. There we go. So yeah, we worked around that. We built around it. Perfect. Good to go. So I'm trying to keep it consistent on both sides. So like this is looped, and then this part goes up. And there's like an extra thing here. So this kind of like ugliness that's happening here, I want to mitigate that like that. Don't want too much of that clipping happening. So we don't want to have triangles in this zone too much in case he flexes up and down, right? Like the foot flexes up and down. Like this triangle might be fine right here. I'm actually gonna have it right here. So this, because it's like a little tab thing, and this tab doesn't matter too much, but like I want to have this ankle flexation happen. I need to have some clean edge loops here. So I might need to cancel out some of these because this is like way too dense for my likings. So maybe something like something like this. It's a rounded area, so I need to be careful because I want to make sure the rounded area is looking okay, and we don't have like a bunch of baking errors and stuff. But this is like way too much geometry. I can't, like for the game that I'm doing, like there's no point of having that much geometry for the feet. So we get rid of that one. There we go. Just so it's consistent. Okay, so this is kind of struggling here. So yeah, I can add triangles here because this bottom part is not going to flex at all. Right, it's not going to animate, so if I do have triangles, it should be around this zone. So maybe like this could be a triangle here. And then I can average this out. But yeah, I want to make sure that on the edge it's not having some overhang like that. So I need to make sure that I mitigate any kind of overhang bits like this. So there's clipping errors I don't want to have. So one thing I can do, one easy fix is just like doing this, where I literally also maybe not that one, but this one. So I can like bring this. So adding more vertices here. So I'm just gonna collapse this. And actually, that's another area where, well, no, I want this to be animated, so I need to open this up a bit. So yeah, basically, the triangles here are fine, basically. Oops. Let's go ahead and close that. But yeah, so I'm creating some overhang in these spots, so that's not great. So maybe I should have triangulated up here, like right in the sole or what this yeah, right here. So I think that might be what I need to do. That being said, I can pull here. I'm trying to think ahead and make sure that like the baking process isn't like a major pain. So anytime you have an overhang, there's just a bunch of artifacting in your textures, and it looks bad. So like that one's not even grabbable because it's just so much overhang right here on the high poly that it's like I can't even grab this zone. There we go. Took a second. So yeah, basically I need as many edge loops as possible. I need as many quads as possible in the bottom, and that needs to follow. That needs to have follow through here. Okay, let's see. All right. Alright, so now for this portion, oops, let me tighten that. Let's see. So yeah, I guess there really is just like a lot of need for more edge loops out here, only because of all these more rounded zones and how round of the back of this foot it is. It just calls for a lot more more quads. So I'm trying to reduce it where I can, but some areas I shouldn't. Just so there's, see, like right now there's not any overhang, which is good. That's not, like, there's a little bit right here where the high poly sticks out, but it's very subtle and very little, so it's not the worst. Alright, yeah, so this is the area where I can start collapsing stuff, I think. Like right above, I think in the calf zone. And there's still a lot of movement happening in the calf, but I could still reduce it a bit, and then I might have to just adjust my there's just so much topology. I just don't like there being this much topology. Reducing that at least, so I don't have to have a hole in the edge looper around this this ankle area or Achilles. This area has been a pain. It keeps on wanting to flip the face. Let's see. Not really sure why. So even though my tread is kind of like curved, I'm not going to do curved tread as far as the low poly goes. I'm just going to draw it like this, like straight across, because that'll all be in the texture. So I'm not worried about it. Bring this down, bring this down. See, this would collapse into this here. There we go. So I brought that down. Brought it down on accident. So this is the area where I would start to making some triangles here. So because I have way more edges here and like vertices here, so I need to start like consolidating these. Just like that. And see how I'm purposely staggering the triangles. You don't want to have two triangles together. It'll look really crunchy and really bad in Engine. So I don't have like edge like that. They may have fixed some of those, but yeah, not worth. Man, it is just not letting me make a clean loop here. Okay, I cheated it. There we go. Now I have a proper face. I just had to move it. Okay, that's dumb. So I might have to fix some of this and yeah, so I didn't see these kind of like blips. Oh wait, no, that's hidden. That's hidden behind where is it? The top. Boot top. Like that one's not as hidden as the other one, but yeah, the boot top hides some of this. I'm already kind of getting into boot top territory actually. And what is this one called again? That needs to hide. It's about to get in the way. I'm stoked though. we're almost done with this. This high poly, this retopologize in the boot. Okay. It's getting kind of late, huh? How many people are working on Chaos Card? So at the moment, so I make the characters and like vehicles and props, stuff like that, weapons. I have an engineer working working part time, and then I have an animator working part time, and yeah, both of them have been pretty solid for me and everything. So, but yeah, so it's not a huge team. We have a sound effects engineer as well, so a guy who makes sound effects, and pretty much like everyone's contractor, but yeah, and I have a few other contractors as well. So, but yeah, it's not a huge team, since like basically it's all out of pocket. Making a game on personal wage is difficult sometimes. So I feel like that could just go here. I'm trying to compensate too much for these clips. That's clipping through quite a bit, so it might be an issue, but I can fix that in texture work. I'd rather not, but I guess I can. Like that probably actually would work. So I'm gonna keep it here for now. But yeah, just kind of a smaller crew. But yeah, I basically just pay a few people to work on stuff, and but yeah, just contractor based things. There we go. That fixed it. I feel like that's kind of like all you need though for a lot of projects. It's just like a small core team, and then contract out like voice acting if you have voice acting, or like localization, or like VFX, that kind of stuff. So I think that all that, and and engineering if you're artsy, or if you're an engineer, you might want to contract out art. So it just depends. There we go, I fixed that. So I don't have 2 tries, I just have quads here. Perfect, that worked. I think I can just cancel out this edge loop. I don't think I need that one. The more I kind of look at it, I don't think I need that many. Just gonna move this over. Maybe this one, but I feel like that's fine. All right. Well, I think we finished this shoe. Well, let's boot. Let's see how it looks like with the top with it. Okay, so it's lacking just like maybe like one more edge loop it needs. So yeah, one more edge loop, and then we'll be done with this boot. Quad draw. I would, by the way, I would just drag this. Oh man. Oh, it was tab, that's right. I would just extrude it all up like this, and it actually looks okay, except for right here. Yeah, so. But I can't extrude it this way. Oh, that's not what I'm trying to do. No, extrude edge. Edge. There we go. Yeah, if you have no target, then it'll try to draw these really weird vertices like that. I have no idea why it does that. Those edge loops aren't even that good. Like, really tiny. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. There we go, that worked. It's so goofy. Yeah, this should be high enough where the boot top will fit it. We'll make it look good. Nope, don't want to do that. Just want to get rid of this face. Yeah, it's just clipping weird. There we go. That worked. I've used a lot of Unreal Store assets for my first project. I would not know where to start with pricing and requests when dealing with contractors. Yeah, it's definitely a learning process. I feel like now I have a lot of like experience doing it. The easiest way so first off, do your legal homework and get some contracts written up for that, right? You want it to be like because there'll be 1099 contractors. If you work or if you pay them more than $600 in a year, then they're 1099. So you'll need to make sure that you get that to them on their taxes and their payouts and all that stuff. So as far as pricing goes, I usually just ask the contractor, like if I like their work and I have need for their work, then I feel like it's worth it. I'm like, hey, what do you evaluate your hourly wage to be, or what's your typical hourly wage? And if I really want their work, then it doesn't really matter what they say. So what I do is, because everyone's on a budget if you're paying for your contractors, right? is, hey, like this is my budget, so don't go past this budget with your hourly, and try to get as much done as you can with that time, right? That's usually how I go about doing it. So like, maybe I'm not as strict as certain people are, but that's how I run it, and it's been working pretty well for me. So, okay, I got this much done in this amount of time or whatever, and then here's the work. Like, I didn't go past your budget, so here, you know, like, I want to charge you this much or whatever. And then I usually pay them through Venmo or PayPal or whatever they like, I guess. If you want to be official, then you can send like official stuff through, I think, like QuickBooks or whatever. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, contractors should send you invoices. Yeah, I think like an invoice. But I'm super low scale, don't really care about that kind of stuff. So just like, you know what, just I'll pay you, make it easy. Make it easy for everybody. So I did not mean to group that. Let me undo that. Press Control G instead of Control H. Alright, so I'm just kind of pulling this up right here. Getting more coverage for this boot. And I'm going to move on from the boot because I've been working on this boot for a minute. Yeah, it's not too hard. You just got to find the talent. Really, that's one of the hard parts for me. Is just like who do you want to hire on, and then also like, do you have budget for them? Oops, I forgot this front issue part. Yeah, and then like just be okay with the return, and if you really don't like the return of investment, so like if you say like, hey, I want to hire this contractor, and usually if you want to hire like a concept artist, for instance, like, I don't know, usually they'll have like a set cost for a drawing or a sketch or whatever, a concept. Yeah, but like, you know, if you just don't like their return on value, like, hey, you know, I just racked up a bunch of you know, like hundreds of dollars on this sketch, and you're like, I don't really want to pay $100 for a sketch, then yeah, then I would just not hire that contractor again and just take your losses, kind of thing. You know, like, that's, I mean, hopefully you'll get some value from it, from that lesson or whatever, or lesson, I guess, like from that contractor, but you'll know not to hire that person again, and that's kind of like just makes it easy. So yeah, I've had lots of contractors that maybe I didn't appreciate the value for the cost, and like they're just too expensive for what I'm getting from it, so like I just don't hire them again. But at least I got some cool stuff from it. Alright, so the shoe is done and Retopologize. That took a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and hide this high poly and soften these edges. There we go. Much better. Except for this needs to be. At least for right now. It's gonna bother me if that's smooth. Yeah, happy to help, man. Yeah, I've been working with contractors for a while now, and it's just, you know, it's just a process of elimination and learning and everything. Like, but it's cool. It's a fun process, but it just maybe expensive one. For artists, I'll just go on ArtStation a lot of times, or people that artists that I know that are good, I'll hire. For engineers, usually like there's like Unreal Slackers is a good one to find engineers. Or you can look up on LinkedIn for engineers. Like say like you could find like a student programmer on LinkedIn, someone who's still going to university and wants to do some part-time gig work. It's a good way to find a programmer. Make sure that they know like if you're hiring for Unreal, then make sure that they know how to write C++ or do blueprints or that kind of stuff. If you're doing for Unity, C#, all that kind of stuff. So make sure they just know how to program in the tech that that you're using. So all right, I can go ahead and duplicate this now. Mirror. Nice. Okay. Oop, didn't like that. Oh. Okay. Okay, cool. Alright, so yeah, I have the boots now. I have the boot tops. I think I might reduce the topology on this thing. I think it's a little too heavy for what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and delete some of these edge loops. And if you delete edge loops, make sure that you're also, what is it? Right here. You're also holding control. Control and like back, right? Because if you don't hold control, then it will keep all the vertices that are kind of like lagging in between. I actually think I want to get rid of this one as well. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like that's enough, honestly. So yeah, I think that'll be enough. Yeah.